Hey, it's Stranger here, and just want to do something a little different today and give you guys a studio tour so you guys can get a glimpse of how and where I work. So here's my kitchen, and here's my DJ setup. And I have a very basic DJ setup. I just have these two Pioneer CDJ 350s. They're the entry-level CDJs, and they're discontinued now, but you can find them used for a very good price. They have the bare minimum functionalities of the CDJs. However, what I love about these guys is that they have an audio interface inside. So you can hook them up to a laptop, to rekordbox, and then you can control rekordbox with the CDJs, and you can load the tunes directly from rekordbox right into the CDJs, and then you can queue it up and trigger the tracks. So it's amazing. If you can't afford the full CDJ Nexus 2000s, you can get the 350s, hook it up to a laptop, and then you get the full functionality of the high-end CDJs. And I have this mixer here. It's the Rain TTM57 SL. And I had this mixer for over 15 years now. It's super sturdy, and it's got magnetic faders so that they never wear out. Awesome mixer. And I have this audio trigger finger here. It allows me to trigger the effects in rekordbox. So I set it up to the echo, and then I could echo out the tracks. So super awesome setup. I really enjoy spinning sets here, and I'm hoping to do some live stream sets over here, so keep an eye out for that. And then right behind me here, this is my Access Virus B. So I've had this for over 20 years now, and I've made so many tracks and sounds with this. It was an absolute beast during its heyday. And during those times, we didn't have the luxury of high-end VST synths. So to get that sound, we had to buy a synth like this that would cost $3,000. So that would be like 1,800 British pounds, and you would treasure it. So you would learn every single parameter. You would learn a synth in and out so that you could make pretty much any sound you could think of. So I've been able to come up with some unworldly sounds, and one track I made with this was called The Nasty, and I made that track with the Gremlins. And so look up for the bass on that track. If you asked me today, I would have no idea how I made that sound, because I went in on that sound and I really learned the synth in and out. So I really encourage this to students today if they're learning, even if it's a software synth. Learn every single parameter inside out so that you can really make the most of that synth and get some unworldly results. So over here, this is my main workstation. So we'll start with these guys. These are my babies. They're my reference monitors. They're the Dyna Audio BM15As, and they're absolute beasts. I've had these guys for almost 20 years as well. They have 9-inch woofers, so they pound. And I had some complaints when I moved into my condo at first, but since I figured out the levels that I could push here. But I love these guys. They just have a lot of low end, and they're super clear and balanced. So although they're super heavy on the low end, they're balanced so that you can do proper mix downs with them. So they're very fun to produce with and very accurate. A lot of notable producers use these guys, and they have a couple different models. So I really rate these speakers, absolutely love them. And over here, this is my MIDI controller. This is the Novation Remote SL. It's the Mark I, that first one that ever came out. And it's just a basic MIDI controller. That's all you need. But what I like about this controller is that it has these knobs which you can map to any parameter. What I like to do is I like to map it to, say, the cutoff, so you can get a more human kind of articulation. If you want to really make that bass talk and make it really move, get some really interesting and dynamic articulation on your bass squelches, then you can map this knob to the cutoff and really go wild and record yourself doing some articulations. And that's a great way to really create some interesting sounding basses. I encourage you guys to explore this technique as well. And this is my Rode NTK awesome microphone, super present. The difference with this Rode mic against others is it's a tube mic, so there's a valve inside. So it makes it sound very warm, very analog, very present. And it's a great mic if you're recording contemporary music like hip hop, R&B, grime, as well as dance music vocals, because it just makes it sound very present. Some say it's colored, but it's colored in all the right ways because it just sounds good right off the bat. You don't need much other than some slight EQing and levels, and your vocals sound amazing off this microphone. So I really recommend this mic. I've had this for 20 years now, but you can still get them. They still make them. Awesome microphone. And then over here, this is my newest piece. This is the RME Babyface Pro. This is my audio interface. Absolutely love this audio interface. It's super transparent and clear, very pristine and accurate sound. And some would say it has the best audio converters on the market. When you ask people what audio interface they should get, they would either recommend the Apollos or the RMEs. The RMEs are known for their high-end luxury cards with multiple ins and outs, but they came out with this entry-level card with the exact same audio converters as their high-end cards. So you're getting a super awesome card with 1/10 the price, and super recommended. And if you need more ins and outs, you can expand it with their ADAT output. And then right behind me here, these are my audio panels. So it's important to get some treatment in your room so you can get more accurate representation of your audio. So when you're mixing down tracks, it helps because it keeps your room sounding tight so those bass frequencies don't get confused, so you can get that accurate mix. So really recommend you guys to look into treating your room. It doesn't take much to get some nice treatment in your room. These guys cost 70 bucks a panel. But you can go as simple as having some curtains in your room just to soak in the sound. Even having some shelves or some books help as well. So this is my studio chair, and it's a Herman Miller, and it's the Aeron model. And it is quite expensive. However, I believe it's worth it investing in a proper studio chair. Since we spend so much time in the studio, it's worth investing in a good chair so you can encourage proper posture so you don't hurt yourself, especially during those long studio sessions. And this over here, this is my cute little essential oil diffuser. For me, it's really important to have something to set the mood, and this having some nice scent in the room really helps set the atmosphere, and that's important to set the vibe when you're working on some music. And up here, these are a couple of the records that I make back in the day. So this is my record on 31 Records. Really proud of this one, and shouts out to Doc Scott for sorting this release out. This is a record I did with Gremlins and Architecture Records, Breach and Diaper Rash, and from what I heard, Goldie used to cane this tune back in the day. This is my track for Renegade Hardware on their Apocalypse album, so I had a track called Horse Mentality on there. Really proud of this one as well, and shouts out to Loxy and Ink for making this compilation. This is my first EP that ever came out. It came out in 2000. It has 4 tracks. One of the notable tracks here is called Nati, and it's definitely a favorite for people that followed my music. And over here, this is my record on DJ Trace's label, Decipher Records, one of my favorite labels from back in the day. This came out several years ago, and one of my more popular Amen tracks. Was really proud of this one as well, so look it up. It's called Prominence. And this is my track I did for Drum and Bass Arena about 20 years ago. I did a track called 2046, and this track used to get caned by Groove Rider, so really proud of this track. It was a jump up Amen track, so look it up if you're curious. So yeah, this is my setup, and it's pretty basic. A lot of the gear is old, but it's all you need these days. And that's really what I wanted to show, is that it doesn't take much for you guys to start making music. Really all you need is a laptop and some headphones, and you can get started in making music right away. And that's really the goal of my channel, to show you that it doesn't take much to get started making music right away. All you need is a few simple tools, some knowledge, and a lot of practice, and you can go a long way. When I started making music in the late 90s, it was the pre-internet era, so I didn't have all these resources available. However, I was able to find a couple people that helped me along my way. So that's what I'm trying to do today, is pass on that torch and pass on the knowledge to you so that you can succeed in making music today. And that's really my mission, is to demystify music production so that anyone can succeed in making music today. So if you enjoyed my studio tour, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. I'd appreciate that. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks again for watching. Keep practicing, and I'll see you at the next video.